As we come into this time of meditation and message, I invite you to hold in your heart mind how you show up as love. And wherever you are, here in this sanctuary, in the sanctuary of your home, wherever you're joining the live stream, I invite you to soften and to center. You might gently close your eyes or let your gaze soften. And let your body come into comfort, support. Taking a deep breath in and out. Feel yourself arrive fully in this moment, gently in this moment. Letting the sound of the soft notes of the guitar lead you inward. Letting the sound of my voice bring you gently in, or letting those sounds just wash over you. As you listen to the voice of Spirit within. Breathing in and out. Sense the rhythm of your heart beating. Your rainbow colors shining out with each breath. Each beat of your heart. Imagining the colors of a rainbow surrounding you, wrapping around you, radiating out from you. That sign of hope and promise. Sense now the beating heart of someone sitting near you or someone close to you in spirit. Letting your breath and your heart mingle those colors together till they're dancing. Surrounding you. Connecting you beyond time and space. To that being that you called to mind earlier who shows you that you are love. And know that each of us here, all that we've brought with us, we are breathing, life-giving cells, sharing our light, our colors, our voice, our love with each other, growing that in the world. And then deepen your breath. Find an exhale that helps you let go with a sigh. Just take a moment to look around you, or to look in the mirror, or in your phone on selfie mode, in case you're out walking in the park or something and listening, and see that you are made of light, made of love. And look at these light beings. Thank you. So last week on Father's Day, one of the refrains I used was this Abun de Boash Maya from the Aramaic, Our Father. And so in my true colors, I have edited a little bit of the Gospel of John. A little bit how I roll. But putting in instead of, because I thought that that passage from the Daily Word about the joy that is our birthright, our joy that is not dependent necessarily on the experiences and the outer circumstances of our lives, that is more that foundation that the way shower, Jesus, came to remind us that we are created in that light and in that love and in the image. And in the Aramaic translation, the abun, that syllable is genderless. And so the sense of that is in the genderless, genderful expression of the Creator. And so I invite you to hear these words that is a little bit more of the full passage that Jerry read. As Abun de Boash Maya has loved me, as Abun de Boash Maya has loved me, so I have loved you, said our way shower. Abide in my love. If you keep my behest, my command, my teaching, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept the behest of Abun de Boash Maya, and abide in their love. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. This is my behest. This is my teaching. This is my command. Love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends. I am giving you these commands so that you may love one another. Abun de Boash Maya has created us in their image so that we might abide in love and feel that foundation of joy. We're called in reading the Four Agreements together to think about what does it mean to lay down one's dream of the life we're given. not to literally lay down our lives, but to lay aside the illusion that we're separate, to lay aside that we have to be the best in order to come to every situation as our best, no matter what that situation might look like, no matter what our best might look like in that given moment. We are not called to be the best. How many of you are sort of recovering or hope to be recovering perfectionists? It's a common thread in the way we rub up against each other and the way we're taught from the very early toddler years of good job, good girl, good boy, good you. In order to be loved, we have to be good. When we're not good, we're not loved. That's that story that I think that this gospel is asking us to lay that aside. Lay that aside, lay that down. Lay that down. In the Four Agreements, from the chapter that we read recently, you were born with the right to be happy. You were born with the right to love, to enjoy, and to share your love. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. I put that little, enjoy it. Yeah, I'm enjoying my life. What happens when we enjoy our lives? When we feel that foundation of joy? When no matter what is happening on the outskirts of experience, we enliven that with joy. We show up as love. Because that, your life, this is back to Don Miguel. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it because that is God passing through you. Just as your existence proves the existence of God, your existence proves the existence of life and energy that many of us call God. But not everyone calls that life and energy God. But we who are alive today, and the ancestors and the future generations, we prove the existence of life and energy and love. You express your divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. It is an expression of God to say, hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. If you do your best, if you show up as love, over and over again, that practice leads to transformation. We have over here our core values. It's all about love. I inherited a community of deep wisdom. When I said yes to you, I inherited this deep wisdom. We say it's all about love. And that leads to transformation. That transformation we say every Sunday. We awaken to that transformation in ourselves and in the world around us as we show up as love. One of the bits that I'll come back to for last week was that 40% thing. Diane Cameron and her dad. Because it resonates with me in that messaging that I have to constantly undo those tapes in my own mind. I'm showing up with 100% of what I have, even if it's only meeting 40% of what this person I love needs from me. but I am doing my best. So as we continue our journey of showing up in love, as love, I keep asking myself, what do I want to see more of? If I want to see more peace in the world, am I showing up as love to be peace in situations that ruffle me? If I want more compassion in the world, am I showing up as love with compassion for somebody who pushes my buttons, or for self-compassion when I feel like my 40% is just not good enough? If I am hungry for connection, am I showing up as a bridge builder? Forming connections, inviting people in, so that that connection is feeding me and feeding them. Oh, we're back. We're back to this infinity loop of communion with God within and out to love. Am I showing up for love, as love for me, to tap in to that love that Abun de Boishmaya has created me to be, and then bringing that out and mirroring that out to you. There were two poems that I found in kind of conversation both with the Gospel of John and our daily word about that kind of joy. That joy that is our bedrock. Even when our hearts are broken. When they're broken open by loss, by disappointment, that joy is still available because we choose to step into it as we show up as love. And I've shared poems by Rosemary Watola Tromer often. I will try to remember to post these on the website this week. But she has two poems that feel so in conversation with each other and in conversation with this. What does it mean to live that commandment, that behest, that teaching? Show up as the love that I have shown you. Such a simple message. It's one of the reasons I keep every week coming back to this message. So simple. But it is so not easy sometimes. And so the first part of this poem, I'm not going to read all of each of them, but this is called The Question. All day, I replay these words, is this the path of love? I think of them as I rise, as I wash dishes, as I drive too close behind the slow blue Subaru. Is this the path of love? You can see why I love this woman's poetry, because I'm like, oh, did she just read my diary? I think of these words as I stand in line at the grocery store. Amazing how quickly 6 words become compass. The new lens through which to see myself in the world. I notice what the question is not. Not, is this right? Is this the best? Not, is this wrong? Just, is this the path of love? So she answers that question. I will post the full poem, but she answers that question with this. And here I thought the path of love would look like love, like kindness, like generosity, like gentleness. Instead, it looks like me being bothered by the sound of loud chewing. Me wanting praise, me needing to feel loved. Hello, me. How elegantly love has arranged for me to meet all the parts of me that would stand in love's way. How easily it shows me that I've thought of love as a destination. But here is love with no expectation. Here is love with no name, no locus. Here is love with no face, no shape, no promise, no vow, no hope. Here is love as itself, surging and flowing. Love as itself, insisting on love. Love as itself, eroding all those layers of me that still think they know something about love. And love holds me while I rail, and love throws me back in the stream, and love is what is still there when I am not. So here's some of those words in conversation with that command, that behest. Love one another. Love looks like me being bothered by the sound of loud chewing. Me wanting praise. Me wanting to be the best. Me feeling my own need to be loved and having love. The love that we are created in and of, just scraping away those layers until our true colors are what we see and what we show, just as we are. That is the perfection that we're created in, that has nothing to do with the good actions that we take. They're important. Yeah, sure. We want to show up and be love in the world that calls us to help transform it with our sacred service. Beyond any sense of the illusion of lack, we step into that abundance of love. And it is so not easy sometimes. Sometimes it is blissfully easy to show up as love. And this is why the other message I keep coming back to is that reminder of who we are for each other. I cannot show up as love in isolation, because the roommates in my head are just way too noisy. If I am not in relationship, that's the only soundtrack I hear. I need the gift of community, and that does not always have to be 70 people. It's a joyful gift when we are gathered here together to sing our prayers, to cry our prayers, to laugh our prayers. But to have that sense of communion and community that strengthens us on our path of love. That is the gift of spiritual companionship. That is the gift of friendship that even Jesus, the way shower, needed. I call you friends. You are my spiritual companions. You are not my servants. You are not even my students. You are my friends. You are my beloveds. And this Creator created us for that. And so as we show up on our own paths as love, to share that brightness or the quietness of who we are, when you feel like You cannot trust that good things come slowly. You have each other. We have each other to help us on that way. And so in gratitude to Rosemary, in gratitude to you, in gratitude to the Gospel of John that really could handle a little bit of editing this morning, to read that sacred scripture with a sense of, where is there surprise for me? How can those words touch my heart and feed my soul? And how can we feed each other? So look around you at these light beings. Even though we can't see your faces on YouTube, we know that you are there because we feel your presence. And we are so grateful. I am so grateful for all of the ways that this community shows up as love. And so it is. Amen.